can see, I'm in my work attire. I just came from my workplace in the hospital. I had a 9 to 5:30 p.m. meeting. It's a one meeting, so yeah, I'm quite brain fried if I sound drunk. Yeah, so just pardon me. And I'm quite a chatty person, so if I reached out this, none of us are going to go home. Okay, so I have a speech and I have an agenda down here, and yeah, these are things I'm going to cover. Okay, so hello, good evening to you. My name is Evan, and I'm invited here to talk about myself, my origami journey. I hope that through my sharing you can get some inspiration for your own origami journey. So yeah, before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank the first NUS Origami Club main committee for putting this event together. Yeah, it's been doing a great job since taking up the roles. Also, I want to say I'm super honored to be the first speaker of this speaking series. Yeah, so no pressure, no pressure. Okay, so mouse. Yeah. So generally, I'll give some intro about myself. Then how I started coding and through school, how I started design, how I started YouTube channel and competition, exhibit and all that. So we'll see our energy levels by then. Maybe I'm thinking we take a technical breakdown here. Because ODS and Djibouti, if you haven't read it, it's going to be super dry. Okay? Yeah, so let's begin. I live in the north for the majority of my life. Okay, so lower primary, I've been in Chongfu. Then my parents moved house, and of course I followed to Sembawang. Then I also go to Sembawang Primary. So in Sembawang Primary then was a new school. I'm the second batch of PSLE. Then I like football, so I joined football. Then the coach said, because you are a new school, there's no competition for you to flip table, and I just quit. Okay, then my bros and I joined table tennis. Okay, it's a fun sport. So same thing, you guys are a new school, there's no competition for you. Flip table. Okay, then join robotics. So robotics is the one where you fix the Lego Mindstorm, right? Then you program some stuff and load the program into the robot, and it goes to do some obstacles. So yeah, we had a lot of fun there. Then we went to competition and we sucked. Okay, but it was really fun. Okay, I enjoyed myself a lot. Then going on to Sembawang Sec, just down the road, I was in the triple science stream, double math. Yeah, okay. So triple science means physics, chem, and biology. Double math means A math and E math. A math, I think it's called what's that? Calculus overseas, right? Yeah. Then yeah, I joined uniform group. I was in NCC, the Navy version where we wear white uniform. Then I joined badminton. Yeah. Then I didn't really enjoy hand sport, the racket sport. And yeah, before this actually I joined the prefectorial board. Actually, I was nominated for prefectorial board. Then didn't like it, very rigid. Then I joined something fun like peer support leader. There was our job was to plan camps for kids. Not kids, just our own juniors. Okay, so I ditched the time. Then after that, the school wanted to revamp all the leadership positions to we call ourselves student council. So yeah, I have to wear the tie again. The leadership life chose me, I guess. Then I also joined this thing called the Elements. Elements is this science research thing. You do some science research, you do a poster, do some presentation, you're going to get prize, right? Then I moved on to Yishun Junior College. It's all in the north, right? Then I studied BCME, which is Biochem Math H2 and H1 level of Econs. Firstly, I joined swimming. Then at that time, the swimming team was quite boring. You swim, you're very tiring, right? You touch the water. Hey bro, it's tiring, right? Then, they don't reply, Yeah, so it's so boring, but I cannot get a quick. Yeah. Then I joined track and field. I was a short distance runner. Then you can see, I'm not a tracker in my life. Okay. Then when I represented for A division, the athletes there they competed with each other all their lives, So it's like they hey, B division, wow, I beat you, C division, wow, I beat you, I'm gonna beat you next, They're like, oh, I'm just a small potato there, like, wow, you're so intimidated. But my proudest moment was I was able to, being not in the tracker background, I cleared 400 meters under 1 minute. That's 56 seconds. Yeah, that's the best ever. Then my 100 was 12 seconds. My 200 was the worst, 26, yeah, just forget about it. Same elements, yeah, and a science project, you just go and do some poster, do some science research, present, get prize, okay? NYA, National Youth Achievement Award, is some kind of, you know what is it, it's just some category thing, you do drug report, then this is, J6 level is the gold one, so I cleared the gold one, managed to shake hands with the late President S.R. Nathan. Then yeah, I also joined the guitar ensemble because I wanted to learn like something music. I wasn't like musically trained. Then you all played guitar before. It's quite painful, right? Yeah. So I performed, finished. Yeah, just enough. Okay. Then go to army. Then I go to uni. I was in the double degree biomedical science and traditional Chinese medicine. Then over there, I joined Taekwondo. Then Taekwondo it's not a competitive kind, not those combat sports. The contact sports is the performance kind. They call it the pumse. You're on stage and you do the one punch, one block, that kind. Then I wanted to learn like stunts, right? You do your 720, your 540s and all that. Then the seniors was like, oh, it's our low season, there's no competition, it's no. Then I quit. Yeah, so around army time, I got some army money, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, I truly want to learn piano, but I never had a chance to do so. So during military service, I go and learn piano outside. Then uni, I had some background, I go and join piano ensemble. So the people inside are like, from all the foreign talents, right? From all over the world, and they are like, grade 8. Diploma level 3. What is a diploma level 3, right? Piano licentiate. Have you heard of that before? Yeah, they are there, so they are that level, but they are very nice. They're very, welcoming. Then practice for a couple of pieces, then perform on stage. But I play those like fun, cute songs like Chinese pop song. Then yeah, lastly I also joined breakdance. Those like spinning on the floor kind of thing. Actually, it's not called breakdance, just so you know. The hip hop language, the real term is called breaking. Breakdance is a colloquial media term. Okay, so the ones in red are the ones that I spend the most time in. And you can see it's a huge array of activities, and I think it helped me to relate to a wide variety of people. And how to draw similarities in various disciplines. So discipline, like say you are doing like nerdy sports like maybe robotics, or sports like table tennis or uniform group, music, everything. Actually, they have their own similarities. You always work on the foundations, and then you move on, right? Okay, then these are some of the jobs that I ever took. After O-level, I was in cinema. I was scooping popcorn, collecting money, tearing tickets, things like that. Sneaking into cinemas and watching free shows. Yeah, so that's been. And then university, those holiday period, I was product promoter. I was a sales promoter for Braun, the shaver. And after graduation, I was in a food factory. Okay, I was quality control, so I was leading a group of some factory operators, and we go out and produce goods. Then currently I am in research, when especially in the medical field, when you want to create a new drug or surgical technique, sometimes you need to clear the trial first. And scientists, researchers, they have to write a proposal, and I'm the first one to read it. Yeah, and then I have to table all this to meeting and make sure they do their corrections, and I approve them. Yeah, so that's my job now. And also since graduation, I do a lot of tutoring, and I think with my past schooling experience, I relate to all kinds of students. Okay, so that's me, and let's talk about how I started folding. That's why we're all here for, right? Of course, who cannot start with Flapping Bird?
That's right.
Yeah, so I was really young. I know I cannot speak very well yet, but I know mentally I am conscious of the world. That I know that my parents and my older brother, they are going away on a holiday, and I'm left behind. Okay, so my cousin, one day she some reason she managed to just want to teach me the flapping bird. And you all know the petal fold? The petal fold whereby you hold the top triangle, you have to lift up the bottom flap, 2 pieces of paper come to the center. Yeah, I remember that being super horrifying, but I managed to clear that flapping bird in one sitting. Okay, and so years passed, right? So I asked my cousin, yeah, hey, how old was I when I was holding the flapping bird? He said, oh, you were still in diapers. Let me think. I think you were 1 year old. Like what? Why would it be a good idea to teach a 1-year-old how to hold a flapping bird, right? Yeah, so maybe there's no like digital devices back then. But I glad I did complete the flapping bird at 1 year old. So I learned how to hold a flapping bird before I learned how to use the toilet. Advertisement. So yeah, so since flapping bird, the interest in origami wasn't there. But I know I didn't hate the activity. Like okay, it's a good challenge, and so on. But I didn't like, wow, I want to fold more. No. So I was still small, but less small. Then I was watching TV. My parents had this advertisement. I cannot remember what it's about. Okay, I asked like people of Ronald Poe's age. Yeah, at the time he also cannot remember. Yeah, so there's this advertisement that's like, okay, just imagine it's like the advertisement that at the end of it is pitch black screen, there's a spotlight on the table, right? Then there are some origami animals. Then the last motion was a hand putting an origami giraffe on top, and then I think the camera like zoom in a little bit. Then for some reason that scene turned on some switches in my mind. So I started to ask my parents for a lot of origami books. Yeah. And we all start with all these authors, I guess, right, for our era. Yeah, Fumiyaki Kawahata for this book. Steve Louisville, this book, look at that, it's so cute, right? Very good for children. Paul Jackson is this book. And this book was quite funny. You can see, you observe this pig. It's a 3-legged pig. So when I was a kid, I was holding it, oh, did I miss something? Then I flip back. Okay, then I go and forward it. Oh, okay, yeah, it's really a 3-legged pig. That's like, cannot be right. Actually, origami, you start thinking, right? Actually, with this sport, you can actually think of a 4-legged solution, right? But okay, Then, yeah, David Brill, Brilliant Origami. This book is still very popular. This horse especially is made from an equilateral triangle. And this dragon, although the head is back facing, the wings are flapping. So this whole book is hand-drawn diagrams. Yeah, so I also learned a lot, picked up a lot of experience from there. And lastly, I think I forgot to put the name. This is also from Paulo Mulatino. And this one also quite fun, quite cool, very neat projects like all this pencil and Kusudama and all that. And the one that I think benefited my folding and understanding skills a lot would be, of course, this one, whereby you fold a lot of 22.5 kind of movements and get very familiar and used to it. And I recall being able to clear this whole book by primary 3. Then kid, right? You're childish, right? Then you bring your toys to school. So I brought my dinosaurs to school. Then I played them in class. Yeah. So people will ask me, hey, what's your pet? This is my pet. My pet's a triceratops. Yeah. I remember, that's a real conversation. Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. Okay. So how they start designing and all that. So okay, generally origami did take a back seat to school. As you can see, I participated in a lot of things, but because I like the activity a lot, people know, and I keep folding things. The energy just shows. People know that hey, you are the origami guy. Are you still folding stuff and things like that. My CCA was A1. I got NYA Gold. Things like that. But do I regret? No, I don't think so. We all have one try in our teenage years. I gave everything, all my energy, my dedication, discipline, everything I throw outwards. And but if you ask me as an adult now, if I look back in time, maybe I will just be a little bit easier on myself. Maybe I just join football, just going to be a substitute, or join library, and then for a little bit more people. So around ORD means operationally ready date when you finish your 2 years of national service. I was 21 years old. Then I remember I followed these 3 models. I was at the level of Eric Yourself, Satoshi Kamiya Ancient Dragon, and Satoshi Kamiya Ming. So at the time, you're able to fold this. It's already quite a big thing that you can complete. But now, with the everybody is very exposed to a lot of things. People like primary school, they can fold this kind of things already.
Well, these were also not diagrammed at the time, right? Were you folded from the crease pattern?
I folded it from the book. My trip, graduating from army. I went to Japan. Then I got book. So I folded it. Right. Then I think I have a nephew who one day came to my house and I want to talk about origami. He just showed me. This is my darkness dragon from Tadashi. I was like, wow. Okay. Levels, right? So at the time, bought more books. I cleared most of the models. I'm able to produce whatever the book is showing me. Then around uni time, I start to think, am I the only one in Singapore who likes origami? Cannot be, right? Mathematically, you just go and think about it, cannot possibly be, right? So I took to, Googling, I go and find origami club or society, interest group. Then there was this email link, so I go and email the person, and there was a reply. Okay, cool. So I said, hey, come and join us, SMU band, come and join us SMU, this day. I was a year 3 student at the time. So I appeared, then at the time I was like, you realize my switch until now, I didn't talk about, hey, I want to design, right? So it's around uni time, maybe I should start designing. I went over to the meetup. I told them, say, hey, I have ODS, I've read it, I have no idea what's going on inside. I did not understand anything. Then I think I met Ivan. Then he was talking to me a little bit. So you ask big questions, you get big answers, right? So he said, hey, can you teach me how to design origami? How are you going to do that? It's going to be like maybe a 1 month course or something. Then sitting at the same table, then it's like, at that time you were already exposed to names like Ronald Cole, Francis Au, these are popular local names. And I said, hey, you heard of Ronald Cole? Yeah. Oh shit, it's right in front of me. Oh. Yeah, so that's how I started to find origami friends. So although that meetup was, I didn't follow anything, I didn't learn much, it's just talk. But I left there knowing that I'm not alone, I have friends, I have some contacts, I can ask for help, things like that. So I told them, say that, okay, I'm year 3, I'll skip year 4, I'm going to clear my uni properly. Then I graduated from uni and started hanging out with origami friends. Then every 4th Tuesday, we were at Geylang East Library, we will be there. That time, I was like starting to be very into designing origami, trying to pick up a new skill set. I stuck then, so I try not to suck as much. Then over there, the meetup, you remember, we keep talking about designing. Oh, you don't come down, sit down, hey, wow, what's this design, what's this concept, that kind of thing. You want to hear the story about how I met him or not?
Sure.
Yes.
So in the chat, I was added to the chat, right? Then the first couple of meetups, he wasn't there. Then he said, I want to fold this model with this feature. Okay, the feature is, the Kung Fu, the Taekwondo gi, there's a Y-shaped pattern. Right? So it's like I just cannot get an answer, right? Then I said, oh, this one, Lucas, maybe you will get an answer. He can help you. So it's like, okay, message. Then Lucas will reply. So Lucas me. So we went to one of the meetups. Then I don't know, he said the origami wavelength or what. I see him, I know he is Lucas. So then I sat down, for example, you see me, you know that I'm Evan, right? Then he's like, hey, this Chris, wow, folk here. Then Will came to us and said, hey bro, you all never even introduce yourself, you just stop. Hey, sorry. My name is Evan. My name is Lucas. Right. Reached to the point, what other challenge is there? Yeah, so I skip a little bit. ODS, I bought the book, I think, upper side or on JC, and all the way back in time, you're quite panicky, right? For when you're doing online shopping, you're sending money somewhere. So thankfully the book came, okay, and you have to go to the post office to collect it. Then ODS, so I read it. At the time, my JC mind, I have no idea what is going on. Then after graduating, maybe graduate mind a bit cleverer. So I read ODS from front to back, I think like 4 times. Then I was like, okay, this is like the second or third time reading. I cannot just stop forget. I just can't forget things anymore. So I started to take a lot of pictures. I started to write my own summary, my own notes. So I have the summary that I'll share later. If you want to read, go get the second edition. I think it has more chapters if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so I started designing things. Then there is this vocabulary in ODS called triangulation. Wow, what's that, right? Triangulation means like it's a piece of paper, then you just put your points, then you just like partition each block. You just solve it using triangles, and you should be able to get a flat foldable model, and then you just shape it, right? Then each triangle is solved to a rabbit gear. Okay, that's origami theory now. I like Ip Man, the movies. Okay, so when I was watching the movie, then he will practice on his Wing Chun dummy, right? Yong Chun Wu Ren Zhuang, right? Then hey, that's a cute model to start designing. It's a simple structure. It's just a little bit of appendages. So I said, okay lah, let's put some rabbit ears and see how it works. Then yeah, I succeeded. Then this is the outcome. Put some rabbit ears together, then roll them. Then this is one of my first models. I have no idea how to do it now. Yeah, so it's quite fortunate I was still able to find this picture. Then through ODS, you also learn this topic called box pleating, where you use a series of boxes to and you just fold along the lines, and then you are able to get some flaps, and you can plan them easily and shift your plan around, edit it. That's why it's quite a popular designing technique. Then I'm thinking, hey, this rabbit ear is a little bit not efficient. I'm wasting a lot of paper. Then I switch to this version. Yeah, so they go for scale. Then also, one of the tips inside is to edit basic bases. Then this is it, bird base, or rather the flapping bird. Then one of the hypotheses I had in my mind is what happens if I just extend the tail long, right? So to make things easier for myself, I just chuck this in 1/4. How much division? Okay lah, I just put 8 because it's 2 power 3, right? You just have to divide by 2 3 times, and then the outcome is this. So yeah.
Looks familiar.
Sorry.
Looks familiar.
Yeah. So this is not exactly the crease pattern, so you just ignore this V shape here. So at this time, I already know how to fold the phoenix. Then of course, these are phoenix wings and the phoenix tail, if you can recognize. And by then, I start to realize that hey, I like to explore, go on these unexplored topics. I like to choose origami models to design that are not common, right? And if you are in origami world long enough, you know that actually bugs are very common, dragons are very common, humanoid also quite common, right? This I think dogs also very common. Then yeah, it's quite difficult to convince me to go and try to design a dragon. Yeah, and also I have this thing for 360 view, so the model must look complete. So if you talk about this Wing Chun dummy, right? So if you rotate it really looks like the actual item itself. There are those whereby I think a lot of humanoid models will look like an empty shell model, whereby you look like it's like very nice here. Then you turn like, oh, what is this? Okay, here is better, right? It's caved in and all. I start to think in terms of I have not a good term for this, but I like to call it molecules because chemistry, molecules can be big, small, they can come together, they can be removed. And it's also a vocabulary in ODS. And I think learning things through molecules is a good way because I participated in a wide range of activities, right? And say, for example, you're learning piano, right? Then you learn your scales, you learn your arpeggios, right? Then you have to understand things like your intervals. So these are the little molecules that make up what piano music is about. Then if you're talking about breakdance, you need to know your baby freeze, your chair freeze, your side freeze, kickstand, shoulder freeze, all this kind of thing. This will help you to build on to further things. So I start to think a lot on molecules when I look at the world, the origami world now. I'll think, wow, how do I get this little stand now here? Okay, what's the molecule over here? Then what's the solution over here? Then I would try to keep in my mind, what's the wing molecule over here? Now very popular, right? It's a lot of phase studies, right? What's the phase molecule? You have a lot of tricks up your sleeve when you want to deploy in your next model. You can, corner, like what can I do with this? A center, flat, what can I do with this? Or middle, what can I do with this? You have a lot of solutions in your mind. Yeah, let me hydrate myself. Okay, so this phrase is, I think, quite a turning point in my origami design lifespan. This is mentioned by one of our friends, but I think you know. Then through one of our regular Sunday meetings, so we're like, hey, bro, what you gonna design, man? Wow, what you gonna design? Wow. Then he said this, everything in origami is already designed. Wow, very difficult thing to do like this. Then I had that brain flip moment. It's like, it's quite true, like you just go to the library or what, you go and flip, you go and see models. Everything probably is already represented. It's already been designed. But is it true? Not that true, right? You can still go and force yourself to go and think of new ideas, right? New topics to choose and commit yourself to go and design. So this phrase, but I'm not dissing him, he helped me a lot. This phrase helped me to see the world differently. So this phrase helped to pull a filter in front of my eyes, so I see the world very differently now. So I'll always ask myself, can that be designed? That stand, can that water bottle be designed? Can that what projector be designed? I'll always be thinking of things like that. Like, oh wow, this lens, what kind of molecule will I be using for this? Yeah. Then what kind of repercussion? If I fold the lens here using this molecule, I'll have the scar fold, the scarring, or the crease. How am I going to hide it? So yeah, a little bit busted, right? So I look at the world like that now. So as I'm walking along, going about my everyday life, then I go, hey, this is a good idea. I can try to design this. I'll write on my phone. Then I go, hey, I can try to design that. And try to write on my phone. So my phone list starts to get bigger and bigger. Then I'll transfer all this into an Excel sheet. My Excel sheet is huge. To fold this, to design this. So yeah, do make some lists for yourself. And I think in Discord or in chat groups, I always hear this phrase by people. They say, hey, I don't know how to design. Hey, give me idea. I don't know how to design. Cannot be that. There's a lot of things to design. Just to look at the world a little bit differently. Okay, so and also through design of origami, I realized it's also a piece of communication. Artwork is a piece of communication. So there are some artworks. I can't remember there's this Vietnamese author. He folds using the least amount of folds possible, using very thick paper. Okay, and that's his communication. Say use the least amount of action to create the effect. Then it forces the viewer to think, hey, what about me? I'm doing many backflips to get the same effect, right? Yeah, And yeah, so if you are in origami design, always think about what's the underlying thing you want to say about it. So let's say for example, this one, Champions League. And this Champions League is not an empty cave, kind of hollow shell kind of model. It's a full model, so if you rotate it, it's a real trophy. So the communication piece is to say, okay, how do you solve the problem of putting features onto an Ori-Revo product? You all know what is Ori-Revo? Ori-Revo is an online software whereby you can plan rotational models, be it cylindrical in nature or conical in nature, right? So do go and play with it, it's quite fun. Next I want to talk about is one-upping. One-upping is just like you do something, I try to do one-up you better, you know, that kind of thing. In the past origami, there was this stage in the world, people one-up each other through the bug wars. Oh, you do a 6-leg bug, okay, I try to add feelers, or I try to add wings, I try to add features, you know. The back triangle, what can't be so central or something. I try to add claws to the legs, you know, try to add. Oh, it's an empty shell. And then you try to add a belly, you know, then they were like, wow, you know, flex this kind of thing. Try to always one-up each other. And I think one-upping is a very good practice in any discipline. I don't see it too much in origami right now. But say in breaking battles, you know, we go for b-boy jam, everybody is one-upping each other. So things evolve at lightning speed. The next point is, oh yeah, talking about one-up. You all know which one of these models is I one-up somebody? You're trying to make a guess.
The car, right?
No.
Not the car?
Is it the flag? Flag? Is it the
Flag,
flag?
no. Okay, the answer, FIFA World Cup. Okay, the story is, okay, I support the Germany team, right? If you know me long enough. Then Germany won the FIFA World Cup in 2014, so I was like, yes! You know, you see your favorite player leave the World Cup, you can stop watching football ever again in your life, right? Then, but 2014, my origami design skills was like shit, right? Then at that point, I think there was this YouTube tutorial for a World Cup model. Okay, so generally, World Cup, you know, you have a globe structure, then you have a, what you call it, concave look. And that structure did not have the two humanoid on it. It did not have the two green stripes on it. So I'm like, wow, my team just won the World Cup and then I'm going to fold this? No. That's not going to happen, okay? So I took it onto myself, I go and design, and I had a lot of difficulty trying to design the FIFA World Cup because I sucked back then. So after designing, I realized that, hey, I overcome all the challenges, all the roadblocks, all the problems that I need to solve for the FIFA World Cup. I solved it, and yeah, super happy with this model, and I successfully one-upped somebody. By the way, all these models you see out here, the tutorials on your YouTube channel, you can go and okay, and yeah, FIFA World Cup is a real full 360 model. There's two human there, and the green stripe runs all the way around. That's introducing this is the FIFA Confederation Cup. Of course, Germany won it, so of course I go and design it. And because I designed the FIFA World Cup, I'm a bit level up, right? So designing this was a lot easier. Champions League, my favorite team, Real Madrid, you know, they keep winning, right? Yeah, so I go and design. National Day, I recall like in our Discord chat, like, hey, you know, let's go and design Singapore flag. There's no Singapore flag, you know, let's do it, man, let's do it. And nobody designed it, so okay, I took it by myself. One day, just go and make it happen. And yeah, thankfully it happened. For cars, this one, I'm not really a car person by nature. Oh yeah, so it's like, okay, I don't know why, it's a body clock thing or what, I don't know. It's just come to a point where it's time to have a car design. Do you have that? Like suddenly, I should have a car design. So I think it's a force of nature. So what car do I choose, right? Might as well choose the one whereby everybody loves, right? So this is Toyota A86 Sprinter Trueno, the one in the Hero car in Initial D. You know what's Initial D? Am I too old?
I know what is it because of my parents lah.
Oh shit! It's this anime or manga, you know, then they talk about racing the Japanese mountain roads. There's a lot of bends. So how do you maneuver it quickly is through drifting. And the story is about this teenager boy who delivers tofu for his father. because he drives the car so often, he knows the road inside out, the car inside out, he knows where to turn, and then the tofu does not get smashed. So, word goes around, all the street racers of other mountains come and challenge him, and he beats everybody. Long story short. Okay, since I'm on this page, you all want to know one tip of origami design. Okay, for me, so how do you, what kind of eye should you take when you look at an object? So for example, you see FIFA World Cup, right? Of course, the model and the actual model and the origami model is going to be an abstract version of the original model, right? So you need to start to simplify it a little bit first. But how much do you simplify? Do you simplify a bit or you simplify a lot? So if you simplify a bit, you're going to still have to use a lot of your brain power. So if you simplify a lot, you're going to use a lot less brain power. Of course, these kind of models is not going to look as nice.
You might have three-legged pig.
Yes, yes. Right. So one tip you can take, okay, is let's say this is the FIFA World Cup. You look at it, you close your eyes, you open. What's the first thing you see? Right. You will see the first thing is a globe structure. Secondly, you see is this kind of structure, right? The shape. So that's why the first model, I really cannot remember the first thing. Okay, so the one that I one-upped, okay, it passes off as a FIFA World Cup because it did qualify that feature of having a globe and this structure. That's why when the YouTube title was like, okay, Origami FIFA World Cup, everybody sees it and believes it, right? And so you take a look at, say, things like, let's say simple, we talk about flag, okay? You close your eyes and you imagine Indonesia flag. You open, what's the first thing you see? The boundary, right? First thing you're going to see is the boundary, right? Once you clear the boundary, it's like almost 90% of your model is done already. But of course, Indonesia flag, Poland flag, Ukraine flag, So for Singapore flag, I employed the same exercise. So when you close your eyes, open, what's the first thing you see? 5 stars. Right? So you go and solve the 5 stars and 90% you're there. Champions League, and close open, right? Then first thing you see will be the vase and the body here, handles. For the car, close, open. First thing you see is the coupe profile and the pop-up headlights. So you solve for that, generally you are quite fine already. Okay, lastly is scientific method. So I don't, you design before, I think you also designed before, right? Anyone else? So I don't know about how you guys design your stuff, but for me, I finished my education in science. I have bachelor in biomedical science and I'm trained in scientific method, right? So before you want to do something, you go and read. Right, so I have that habit. Anyone of you are year 4 student? Year 4 student?
Yeah.
Are you writing your thesis now?
Oh, no.
So you will realize you start to maybe read like 10 or 15 papers just to quote one sentence. yeah, that will be the life. Okay, so before I do something, I always go and have a lot of reading time to find the features that I want and make a pro and con of that feature if I were to employ it. We clear that part, how I started certain things. I have a YouTube channel. In fact, I have 2. One about origami, and because I tutor, right, I also have a tutoring channel where I teach triple science. Talking about the YouTube channel, my girlfriend, then now wife, she likes cats, and I like origami, so can you imagine the kind of name that I would choose? So I remember I was like driving, we are going out, we are going dating, right? So I was like, hey, we should have a YouTube channel together, you go and post your cat video, I go post my origami video. We're quite origami. I shot myself or something. So I like the name a lot. So I went back and create an account. Then it didn't have any videos. Then COVID came, so what we do in COVID, I just stay at home and do all the home stuff. Then there was this video competition in Discord by Bodo. He's from Germany, I think. At that time, I was designing the Darth Vader. And yeah, I think it's a good time to document all these thoughts because it's my first time designing humanoid figures and I suffered a lot in the process. But of course, I gained a lot of experience and then I put it into a video and I won. I was third place. So over here. Then the prize was a Chris pattern for his Jaguar, which I haven't folded until now. Yeah, so this is the YouTube channel. All the tutorials inside are original. Then all those that you can see over here are all inside here. Hospital exhibit. 2020 is gone, right? Then 2021, I'm in the hospital working. Then we are still pretty much in lockdown. One fine day I went back because I had things to do, things to print. Then I went back. Then I saw a lot of easels of artwork. I was like, oh, artwork, cool. Then I go and take a look at every single one of them. Then it was, I came to learn that it was from the prison service. So inmates were the ones who painted all this as part of their therapy program, and then they got displayed here. So I took the contact details of the person organizing. Then I liaised with them and said, hey, do you want to have an origami exhibit? Okay, so I talked to them. Then they said, okay, long story short, we made it happen. The exhibit was done. The outcome was also in the channel. You can go and check it out. All the models that was displayed over there, the words that were written. Because of the exhibit, then word spread around. I get to be featured in like hospital news kind of thing, newsletter. Then I get to be asked to teach in those kind of employee staff welfare kind of activity. At that point in time, I was like, that year 2020, I was like doing so many things. Mentally, I'm quite tired. So I think Sing Wei volunteered. She came, she taught her roles. Then the next year, I volunteered myself. So I taught the footballer. Yeah, the tutorials are also my teacher. Joining competitions it happens quite like an accident. Okay, Johnny Nara is the first one that I joined. It's held by Johnny Nara Foundation in South Korea. Then I was telling some of them earlier that the origami scene in South Korea is pretty lively, like very lively. So they do have outlets like that, like these little HQ branches all over Korea. There's even 2 outlets in Jeju itself. They even get people like from the government to come down and award prizes to the award winners for origami competitions and things like that. So it's really quite a big thing. Joining Nara, they offer their applications worldwide, so you can just apply. You have to mail your origami models over there. I think Ivan was the one who was like introducing 2017 around there. At the time, I was like, okay, maybe I have some simple models. Okay, I just try my luck. I have 3. At the time, I submitted FIFA World Cup. I submitted a bowl of noodles, right? Remember, right? Bowl of noodles and Java the Hutt. Okay, so these 3, through these 3 over there, then they only got this like participation award. What I understand is like, okay, there are so many participants, right? Only a few will be awarded the participation award. Then the next few is like the merit award. Then the top few, you will start to get like monetary award. Yeah, that is what I understood because there's a lot of Korean and I do not understand. Yeah, so you need to qualify to be in the participation also. So yeah, I sent 3, all 3 came back with participation. So it's like, okay, I need to start to do better. 2023, I submitted again. I submitted the footballer. I submitted the AE86. So footballer, because it's a small and cute model, right? So it's participation. Then the AE86 was I think the merit prize or something. So I do have some monetary award. They did pay me, but like quite small amount, but it's quite cute, like quite fun. So like, yes, I promoted, go and aim for the high ones next time. This is how the set looks like for the Korean one. Then Eric Yossel. Eric Yossel is a origami artist. He was a metal sculptor and he picked up origami design pretty late in his life. So you all can go and Google who is he, and he showed very good understanding and maturity through his work. How do you breathe like life and emotions into it? He's very popular for his dwarf. He's very popular for his jazz band. Yeah, so they named this competition after him. Yeah, he's no longer with us. At that time, it's a new competition, right? Then word spread around like you didn't know like how big this competition is. So I just had my UEFA Champions League trophy. So it's like okay, I just send and we see how it goes. You know, my quiz pattern wasn't even completely drawn. Yeah, so I submitted it, and then thankfully I managed to win. I was the top in the technical award. So in every Yourself award there are several categories. You have the artistic one, then you have the technical one and abstract ones. I think I can't remember. There are many categories. I'm thinking to myself, if I join, I want to win, right? Yeah, so I know that I definitely cannot go and join, put my model in the artistic one because every other model is a figurative artistic. So like what makes me better than them, right? So I think that I will have a higher chance of winning the technical award, and also because I merged two concepts together using Origami and a bit of simple box lead, and you know, you just type some marketing words, try to sell a little bit, say hey, it's very unique, things like that. I mean, you're university students, right? You have to write something, right? So yeah, thankfully, then the very next year, I happened to finish the Singapore flight also, and of course, I think my own folding process was quite fun. I mean, you all folded before, right? It's quite cool, right? It's like very smooth, right?
Can vouch.
Very easy, right?
Can vouch.
Thank you. So I submitted it for the folding process. And thankfully managed to get a higher score, but I wasn't the winner. I was this popular award, I think. Yeah. There's this P down here, P for the popular award. As school CCA, I think never joined before. Right? Right? And how are you guys doing? Do we want a